So, good afternoon, everyone. Mazes okay here speaking to us. Today is Saturday, the 9th of October 2021. As many of you will be aware, we are expecting the first airline to land, or rather, the first aircraft to land since after 2 years of closure. The reopening of Enugu International Airport for international flights, Ethiopian Airline is returning back to Enugu. As we are speaking, the aircraft is in mid-air. So sorry for everyone who's joined us and sorry for the delay. Before we go and bring you back or bring you feed from the airport, I would we're having conversation, and people that will be joining me here are His Excellency Ambassador Elijah CHINEZIM Onyeagba, who is the current Nigerian Ambassador to the Federal Republic of Burundi, an economist by training. He has an MBA with over a decade of experience in commercial, corporate, retail, and mortgage banking. Now, I will also have Abugu Romanus Chinedu, Nigerian Custom Broker, Chairman, Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agent, and President, Airfreight Stakeholders Forum, Enugu International Airport. Also, who will be joining us? We will have NNAMDI Udo, Airspace expert, and aviation professional, a former managing director of Nigeria Airspace Management Agency, NAMA. Last but not the least, CHUKWUMA EPHRAIM OKENWA, who is the CEO. People call him CEO due to his initials. He's a social entrepreneur and a public affairs analyst, a school administrator, and the Convener Youth Decide 2019. And the last is Uchenna Wilson Ugu, who is the Zonal Coordinator, Southeast Association of Tourism Practitioners of Nigeria, PR media consultant. He is also a travel expert and the CEO iTourAfrica. Now, people, again, like I said before, thank you once more for joining me. We will be bringing you live feed from Enugu. Now, we are back now in Enugu. So, Uche, can you hear me? Uche, can you hear me? So, Uche, can you hear me? Uche, can you hear me? Can you hear me? You are now live. Okay. So, people, we are live now, and we will be bringing you the feed. I think there is an issue with the audio. Uche, can you confirm that you can hear me loud and clear? Okay, I cannot. Let's see if they can get. Let me see if we can get audio somehow. Let's see if we can get them audio. So, Uche, I can hear you. You're live on now. So,
I can hear you. I'm hearing you.
Okay, but you can hear me only with your phone. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so can you tell us what is happening in Enugu right now?
Wow, you can see the atmosphere in Enugu here is quite beautiful. The weather is awesome. And today, marking another milestone in the aviation industry in the southeast of Nigeria. Ethiopian Airline International Airport here in the beautiful city of Enugu. Everywhere, everybody is just feeling it in the air. And passengers are already coming in. And we are expecting, after 2 years of international flights, having to go to other airports like Abuja, Kano, and Lagos. Today, yet history is being made. The Ethiopian Airlines flight is going to land here in the city of Enugu, and that marks the commencement of international flights to Enugu. That's a Kano International Airport here in the city of Enugu.
Thank you very much. So now, when are we expecting the aircraft to land in Enugu? Check. Are you able to tell us that?
Yes, actually, the estimated time arrival time of the aircraft is 14:00 hours.
Okay, so that will be in the next 43 minutes.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have passengers flying out of Enugu today. Are the passengers now at the airport?
Yes, most of them are already seated at the airport, and over there we can see one of them just arriving, and maybe with time we'll be able to have them give us say one or two things.
Okay, so I would want you at some point to speak to them and understand how they feel flying from Enugu once more after 2 years of closure. How do they feel that they no longer need to travel with the insecurity and the bad road, across Nigeria now, traveling into Lagos, Kano, or Abuja in order to get out of Nigeria? I want you to, at some point, get how their feelings as regards to how they feel regarding the reopening.
All right, thank you very much. I will do just that. But let me first of all find out because some of them might be camera shy. So let me find out who is ready to talk to us.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Uche. So be on standby. You will be called in anytime back again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm here with you.
Okay. So everyone, once more, this is Mazes Okay here speaking. You can see this is one of ours, live from Enugu, bringing us what is happening. Again, we are, many of you say we are not excited. We shouldn't be talking about it. Hey, people, what we have now is very simple. That finally, after much suppression, as some people will say, that 2 years later, we are seeing flights return to Akanibiam International Airport, Enugu. Now, I have people in the studio, like I said before at the beginning, I have people here who will be joining me and we will be having conversation looking at what we have lost in the last 2 years and stuff that, you know, obviously what is also going to accrue to us and the benefit it might bring to the great Igbo nation. Once more, people, everyone, I am still Mazes, okay? I would leave us with the feed of what is happening in Enugu. As that goes on, we will continue to update you the moment the guests join me here in the studio. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy the stream from Enugu. So Mazi back here, and as you can see the feed. Hold on, let me quickly pick. Hold on, people. We are still live here. This is what you're looking at the screen. Is the feed from Enugu International Airport, Akanebiam International Airport, Enugu. So CHUKWUMA, OKENWA, can you hear me? Okay, we can now hear you. We can now hear the sound from the feed. If you can hear us loud and clear, we can hear the sound now from the feed. Your microphone is now working. Okay, people, now we are in Enugu live. I will be bringing in Ambassador whom I've introduced before, our Nigerian Ambassador to Burundi, Ambassador Elijah. Ambassador here, if you're ready, can you come on, please? Ambassador, are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I just tripped off. I'm just
Okay.
right back on. Yes.
Okay.
So,
Ambassador,
yes.
may I ask you to turn your video on, please?
Okay.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Yes, Ambassador, I can see you.
Can you see me?
Now, yes, I can see you, Ambassador. Welcome back once more. Now, Ambassador,
Perfect.
what's your experience? You know, obviously, you are the ambassador to the nation or the Federal Republic of Burundi, representing Nigeria, and obviously, you are from
Yes.
Anambra State as well. So, what's your impression of Enugu International Airport coming back on stream 2 years after? Ambassador, did you hear me?
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mazi. Yeah. I didn't hear you, but I thought you impression of Enugu International Airport.
That's
Is
correct.
that what you said?
That's correct, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. That's what I said.
Hello?
I said, that's what I said. Yes, I can
Okay,
hear you.
do you want me to go, and speak on my impression? Understand what you asked?
Yes, go ahead. That's what I did. That's what I did ask.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Every indigenous citizen of the Southeast Nigeria today, it's indeed a special occasion. We're celebrating this feat because it's long overdue. Most times we travel out of the country. A lot of us travel out of the country and we find out that we are only doing the either Lagos, Abuja, and sparsely Port Harcourt routes. But Enugu is basically closer to quite a lot of southeastern states. Enugu State, Anambra State, Ebonyi State, even Abia and Imo, as the case may be. So this is something it's very interesting, and I believe that everybody are ensuring through the Ministry of Transport and Aviation that we have a world-class airport where we are no longer complaining about the size, the length, the width of the runway, the quality of the runway. So I think that this is very massive, and I represent Nigeria and the Republic of Burundi as a diplomat. Part of the thing to look forward to achieving in your assignment is to engage in a lot of bilateral talks and agreements. Most importantly, what they call the BASA agreements. So my hope is that Nigeria already have flights come through both countries, East Africa as well. So we're basically all from the same region of Africa. So this is very good, because if I have to come back to Nigeria anytime, I no longer have to fly through Lagos or through Abuja. It means that once I get to Addis Ababa, I can fly directly to Enugu, and from Enugu to wherever I'm going. Once I get to Enugu, I'm home already. So this is beautiful. This is wonderful. It's amazing. Every Igbo person should be proud. Every indigenous. We're going to get other airlines also that fly on
Ambassador, you are breaking up there.
Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Are you
You're
there?
breaking up there. Ambassador, you are breaking up. Ambassador, I can hear you loud and clear.
I don't know what you had me last.
You know, you talked about the last week and hear
yes,
you
so
properly.
What I'm saying is that today is a very special day. It's a proud moment for.
Go ahead.
Okay, what did you hear last I said?
Well, that as every Igbo person, that we are all happy to see the airport come back on stream. Go ahead, Ambassador.
Okay, are you able to hear me?
We can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Saying that I talked about Ethiopia as the heartbeat of East Africa. I talked about the fact that I also represent Nigeria within the region, within the East African communities. So I'm just basically saying that instead of flying through Lagos or flying through Abuja, Enugu has become time because it flies into Lagos before Enugu. So it's actually one leg of it that is already cut off at this point in time. And we are also praying and the European countries should also open up that line, because now we have the airport, now we have the runway, now we have the ILS or instrument land. So every Igbo person, every indigenous of the Southeast should take this as we are getting to where we need to be as a people, and this exemplifies what we're talking about.
Ambassador. Okay,
yes.
Ambassador, I don't know if it's possible, Ambassador, I don't know if it's possible for you to maybe somewhat, because your internet keeps breaking. Is it possible if you change location that it might get better slightly?
Wow.
Is that possible?
Okay, hold on. Let me just hold on. Let me change the source of my end.
Okay. So let me go. While you're doing that, Ambassador, let me go back to those at the airport. So you're live now. Uche, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Uche? Okay. We can hear you, but somewhat the internet, sorry, the microphone was working before. And can you speak again? It appears it's not.
Can you hear me now?
No, but we can. Let's use the
Yes.
audio from the call.
Can
Suddenly
you hear me? I
stop.
think it's a lot. It to be a lot better right now.
Okay, Ambassador, yes, you be on standby. You should be.
Yes, I think it's a lot better now. Yes.
Okay, so Ambassador, if you're on standby, so let's get back to people at the airport. So Uche, can you hear me?
All right, that's fine.
Okay, so now who do you have there with you?
Okay, among the people traveling today, actually, I for the resumption, that's the flight resumption, international flight resumption to Akami International Airport here in the city of Enugu. And then beyond just having people travel, you know that of course this is going to have is going to also increase the pace and then the business is done around in and around the airport. So I have one of the people who own a business here inside the airport who is going to tell us. And a little while ago, I shared with him and we were discussing, and he said after 2 years, and then 6 months, he commenced his business here in the airport. Now we are going to have increase in patronage. So I would have him introduce himself and then tell us how he feels consigning or as regards to the flight resumption today, especially as Ethiopian Airline is making a debut once more coming to Akanu International Airport. Okay, sir, may we get to meet with you? Your name? No, speak up. Honorable Charles Sudokova. All right, sir. So how do you feel about the resumption flight that we are having today? Ethiopian Airline coming to the city of Enugu today.
Sorry, we cannot hear him. I think the microphone is still not working.
All right, just a bit, just a minute, so that he will be able to hear you.
Can he try again?
Okay, I said they are coming to Canadian together. Actually, it's a big an excitement to people, stakeholders at the country, international airport, especially those of us who are in the United States. I open a private lounge to farm.
No.
6 months one is like no petrol because the international industry where the launch is and
Can he? Sorry. Can he switch back the? Can he switch back, please, the and use the microphone? I think the mic is on now.
okay, so you should get the microphone.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
So with the mic, is the mic working now?
Yes. So go on.
Okay.
Can he?
All right.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you
let's
very
take
much.
that
I
again.
think Honorable will need to continue. Like he did mention earlier, he is one of the concessionaires that we have here at the airport. And he said he started a lounge. That is what we have as the executive lounge here at the airport. And
Go ahead. We can hear you. Go ahead.
okay. So basically, he has operated since April. And now after a long while, he's now hoping that with Ethiopian Airline resuming its 3 times weekly flight to Akanibiam International Airport, Enugu, he is going to see increase in the patronage from passengers, especially international passengers. So, sir, then what do you see from now, um, maybe from now till December? What do you see?
Of course, this is a maiden flight. This is a debut flight to Enugu after 2 years of not coming. And definitely life is about progress. And I am looking towards that since it's 3 days, 3 times flight in a week. We're expecting that as time goes on, it will increase. The passengers will increase, the patronage will increase. And as they're increasing, they're also affecting us also positively. I mean, we'll have the passengers as we should have, apart from increasing our revenue. Also, the staffs, the staffs I have, yeah, they have their dependents. So it's a thing that will extend even beyond the company to the families. So we are so excited. We are very, very hopeful about it. We are very optimistic about it, and we hope that it should be sustained. That's my own.
So basically, what you are saying is that not just the resumption putting smile on your face, it's going to put smile on the faces of even people who work for you and their extended families as well.
Exactly, exactly.
So what do you say to the person out there? Because of course, a lot of people lost some. They weren't too sure about what is happening today. So what are you going to say?
You don't blame them because there were 3 postponements and since close to 2 years, I don't understand. Well, I'm not in government. I don't understand what actually caused it. But be that as it may, it has come today to be. So people who aren't optimistic about it, who are pessimistic about it, should begin to have a confidence again that since it has come today, it will surely be sustained. So people should be encouraged to use ET via Akanibia International Airport.
All right. Thank you very much.
Especially the Southeasterners.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been wonderful talking with you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So, just like what he has just said to us, that it is not just having him smile, of course, it's going to increase revenue, not just for him, but for people who works for him. They are going to also have something to smile. And for you, Ethiopian Airline is here and it's come to stay. So, what are you doing? Try and then find yourself outside. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Uche. Thank you very much for that wonderful job. Obviously, we cannot emphasize this enough. The impact that will have in Enugu and the larger southeast as it will be. And having said that, obviously, we do also hope that the security issues in the southeast will become a thing of the past, that people can not only come in, and that the foreign direct investments that obviously many of you know, and you are aware as well, that the Southeast boasts of a lot of our citizens who live in the diaspora, and they do come home, especially if you're coming from America, and you're coming into Enugu. You might waste a lot of time, a lot of days trying to go home. But flying into Enugu, coming in around 12 or 2 o'clock, like this flight, as you said, has been moved to 2 o'clock to land. Imagine when someone lands immediately and he picks his or her baggage and heads home. That will be a lifesaver. You no longer need to go to Abuja, where you probably have to spend the night and spend your local or spend money there in the economy. You might have now just get home. And if you want to spend that money, you're spending that money in the southeast. So, Uche, don't you think that those foreign inflow of money
Yeah, of course.
will go a long way in helping to build the economy of the southeast?
Exactly, sir. Exactly. And in a another thing we also need to also look at is the confidence of would-be investors, and especially those of them who are actually eyeing to invest in one sector or the other in a southeast region of Nigeria. Of course, is going to increase their confidence. And then having a direct flight, just like you have mentioned earlier, it's going to reduce the time spent in having to move your goods from one point to another, and it's also going to give you that opportunity of having to, maybe you estimated to be in Enugu on a particular day. Of course, you find yourself here in Enugu. For businesses around, the hospitality industry is going to really have the feel of what it is, because people come down to Enugu, and of course, before they travel, they will have to either check into a hotel or even eat the food here in Enugu, or even having to spend their time, leisure, and all of that within the city. So it's also going to have a very strong effect on the economy and the people of the region as well. Thank you.
So, okay, thank you very much. And, obviously, you are the CEO of iTourAfrica. Now, in the last 2 years, how has it been with your entity, knowing that, you are a partner to Ethiopian Airline and this has not been working? Has it affected you? How adversely has it affected you? And how hopeful are you now that business has resumed or will be resuming?
All right, thank you very much. I think for me in iTourAfrica, before now we had the issue of the COVID-19 issue, and then there was lockdown. Of course, it's affected the tourism industry very well. There was this strong, uh, most people decided to stay on their own, because if you have to travel, then you have to pass through the specified um, guidelines, especially as regards to restrictions and all of that. So it affected the tourism industry. But now, coming on board, Ethiopian Airline coming, it's going to not just increase the local tourism and the confidence tourists have traveling from one point to another. It's also going to help us increase the traffic as regards to international tourists. Like I mentioned before, it is not only when you want to travel to a particular place and relax that you would be seen as a tourist. Of course, we have business tourism. You see those people who actually come from abroad to actually see where they can invest, or businesses they can partner with. Of course, this is going to ensure that they have direct access to the region, and it's going to increase tourists that we are going to attend to. Why people are coming in, they are going to ask questions about the southeast and the tourist attractions that we have. So we are going to have increased patronage, of course. For me, it's an exciting moment. I'm so excited having this happen to us. It's increase in revenue, increase in business, not just for Ethiopian Airline, not just for the government of in southeast, that's Enugu State, and in extension southeast of region of Nigeria. It also going to affect people who have businesses like myself. I tour Africa.
Thank you very much for that. So I think we have CHUKWUMA OKENWA in the studio as well, but I think the connection is still playing up. Ambassador is no longer there, and I don't know. It appears most of them have connection issues. So Abugo Romanus as well and Namdi. So if they can come back, let's continue the discussion while we wait for the arrival of the plane that we are now waiting. The plane would arrive any moment from now. Now, Uche, do you know anything about the international terminal? Many people watching online are saying, why are they still using the old terminal and not the international terminal?
For me, I think that question would definitely go to Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria. But of course, we know that obviously, for the fact that the international wing is still going through some level of renovation, not renovation actually, it's been completed because it's a new terminal. It's in the process of being completed. Um, Such thing is not something we actually rush into in completing, but definitely I know that they have their reasons for the flight to have started from the local wing. And of course, we hope that no distant time we'll be able to see the completion of that project. And then we will see the international passengers having to, or the international services having to relocate from the local wing to the international wing. But of course, what we are seeing here today, we are seeing that the environment is quite conducive, and but then you can't compare it to what you have in the international wing. For me, we are looking forward to seeing that happen.
Okay, so one more thing. I was informed by about a couple of months back on the internet facility at the airport, which was meant for the new terminal, but obviously because there is no timeline for the new terminal to be completed, there was an authorization for that to be moved to the current terminal where you are. Now, how is the internet facility where you are now?
Awesome, awesome. I would like to inform our would-be passengers and also people around that we have free Wi-Fi here. Actually, I am talking with you with the Wi-Fi, and people around have asked them, and they have actually attested to the fact that they are enjoying the services from the
So,
free Wi-Fi.
do you,
You
do,
know, one of the things.
sorry, can you, before you continue, can you do us a favor? Do you have the application to test the speed of the internet? You know, you can just you can go to Google, type in speed tests. So you can, I want you to do that and tell us the speed of the internet at the airport. Obviously, I can see that the
Okay,
speed, yeah, I can see already that the speed is good because the stream is not buffering from your end, which is very,
exactly.
which is very unlikely, unusual for for that location, because I'm really in tune with that location. So while you do that,
I think
so they
I think it's very commendable. Thank you.
okay, sorry, go ahead. So do you know when that free Wi-Fi became active?
I I I, I wouldn't give you an exact time, but I know that obviously there was time when some inspection team came because for them to have allowed the international flight to commence, there were requirements, and a part of it is also meeting up with the international standard, which has to do with also having a free Wi-Fi. I believe that that was met, and that's the reason why we have such approval. What we are seeing today is a result of that approval as well.
Now, obviously, you are in the tourism industry. Do you know or are you aware of any other airline that will be joining Ethiopian Airline very soon? I am aware that there were talks with Turkish Airline, but I don't know. In the last couple of days, I haven't had any update as to how far that talks with Turkish Airline is. So, did you, did you hear anything regarding more airlines joining Ethiopian Airline for that route?
Mazi, what you need to understand is that there, there's definitely going to be speculations here and there. Of course, there was a time we were told that Air France is also eyeing this airport, but then all lies within the spheres of speculation. And for me, I think until we begin to see them ply this route, we wouldn't just jump into conclusion. And there hasn't been any official statement to that effect. So we are very hopeful. We are looking forward to having other flights, but of course, you know that as I'm talking from the angle of a tour operator, a tour operator, and I'm talking from the angle of a tour operator, and as a tour operator, we are looking forward to having competition within
Okay.
the here. So of course, Ethiopian Airline is landing today, and I know they are not. It's not strange for them to have competition. So, but for us, the more the merrier, and we look forward to having more airlines coming this way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I can see it appears you have a call, but let's see. Is it possible to have maybe when before the airline lands or when it does land, is it possible to have the airport manager speak to us? Are you aware if the airport manager is on site today? Did you get my question?
No, I didn't get your last question. That was why I had to
Okay, so
get connected back.
my last question was the airport manager. Are you aware if the airport manager is on site today?
Yes, in the course of this interview or in this course of this streaming, we will also have the airport manager talk to us as well. I
Exactly.
earlier spoke with her concerning it, and I know she'll be very willing.
Okay,
And
so one of the
also
things
we also have to talk with Ethiopian Airlines manager here in Enugu as well.
that's one of the things I would want you to do for us. Once we've finished now, you would get in touch with the airport manager and the Ethiopian Airline Enugu manager also to speak to us, tell us what they have in stock, and if any offer they have, because at the end of the day, part of the things and one of the things we do here one of the things we do here on Njenge Media is to ensure that the people of the Southeast have it one of the best that they can get. Having said that, we will eventually get them to see if there is any discount that could be accruable or could be applied to people flying into Enugu in order to get that airport functioning once more. So everyone, once more, this is Mazezoke speaking to us today, the 9th of October 2021, and the time now is 1 um, 13:48. So we are basically 12 minutes to the D day and the right hour the plane will be touching here. Again, let's hope that everything goes as planned. The aircraft is being awaited now. Sorry for the delay. That plane was meant to come back or be in Enugu around 1 o'clock, but there were some delays and it's now been pushed back for 2 o'clock. So, Uche, are you back? Uche, are you there? Are you back? Okay. I can see that in the feed we have from Enugu is not yet back. So, people, if you have your questions, you can put them in the comment section. I believe only those who are subscribed to Njinja Media will be able and can only ask questions. So, if you want to ask questions, ensure you are a subscriber to Njinja Media platform. We are giving you exclusive feed from the Enugu International Airport, the Akanibiam International Airport. That is what you are currently seeing on your screen. They are waiting for the arrival of that aircraft. They are waiting for the arrival of that aircraft. The aircraft has left Ethiopia. So many people flying in from China, the United States, many countries in Europe, they've all converged in Addis Ababa, the Bole airport, and they've left and also gone to Cotonou, where they are having a stopover. The reason why the stopover is because the passenger number, obviously being the first flight, is not probably the most optimal at this stage. They have to lump a couple of routes together in order to get enough money for them to keep on doing their service. So in the next 10 minutes to 15 minutes, we'll hope that the aircraft is going to touch on ground. So this will be the first international aircraft, big aircraft, to land back in Enugu after 2 years. After 2 years, people, the runway was bad. The runway at some point was bad. It was repaired. The president at that point approved 10 billion for the rehabilitation of the airport runway. Now that has been done, so let's get back to the people in Enugu. Uche, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me as well?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. I am actually going to bring in someone who is also part of the operations here in Akanu Ibiam International Airport here in Enugu, and
Go ahead.
sir. Okay, he's actually he's the CEO of Planet. He's going to introduce himself very well, and he's one of the security outfits that is working here in international airports. So, sir, may we meet with you?
All right, thank you very much. My name is Chief Oluwel Okata, and I'm the CEO of Planner Resources Limited, an aviation security company. We service Ethiopian Airline in Abuja, Kaduna, Port Harcourt, and Enugu.
Okay, sir. So, how do you feel, or how is it to you that Ethiopian Airline is resuming international flights, especially here in Enugu today? How do you feel?
Well, I feel excited and challenged that we're going to provide security services for Ethiopian Airlines. We're happy that Ethiopian Airlines once again is commencing operation on this important route, Enugu Addis Ababa, and that helps in opening the Eastern Corridor aviation and enables people to travel from Enugu, out of the country on a direct flight, outside the country.
Okay, for us, we happening around. How do you see yourself playing a very key role in ensuring that there's top-notch security, especially um, during the time the flight is operating?
Well, from the point of aviation security, we know that we're up against a creative and determined enemy. People who use aircraft assets as means of achieving mass murder and the Western government. And so for us here, we have given our staff the skill, to understand the measures or to implement the measures already as enshrined in the security program of Ethiopian Airlines. As a company, we implement the Ethiopian Airlines security program and ensure that people fly safe and secure on Ethiopian Airlines. We see it as a duty we owe in ensuring the safety and security of those who fly on Ethiopian Airlines, securing the aircraft and the airline's assets on ground.
All right, thank you very much. You already answered the next question, which is how prepared are you? And you made us understand that you already got your people well equipped and well trained.
Yes, of course, as you can see from the counter down to the screening, secondary screening area, we are prepared and we are already doing the job.
Yeah.
So for the eyes to see and feel the impact we're making.
Wow, this is the arrival of Ethiopian Airline. It just touched ground at exactly 1:55. That is
5
1:55.
minutes. 5 minutes
That's
to
five
two.
minutes to 2
Safe flight.
Nigerian
I
time.
clap for
A
everyone.
cause for
Yeah,
celebration.
yeah, it's cause
I'm a
for
witness.
wow, wow, wow.
It's
I saw the
emotional.
aircraft touch down.
Just in a couple of minutes, you are going to go out there to see the arrival of the flight.
Right.
We'll just have to leave now in
Okay.
order to connect properly. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Uche, for that interview. Thank you very much. For me, properly, the camera will now leave in order to get us a better feed from the plane that just landed. So, people, many of you would not know how excited I am. I have read many of your comments. Some of you say we are celebrating motor park. Obviously, myself being a world traveler, being a gold member of the British, the British Airways, and a frequent flyer, I do understand how international airports looks elsewhere. However, here is what we have. In 2 years, it's been short. If I tell you what many of us, myself included, have suffered whenever we want to go outside Nigeria, it has been pain. For me personally, it is an emotional time to see this happen because for the past 2 years, since July 2019, I have been actually, when I do the calculation, it should be about 26, 27 months that I've been on the campaign for these airports, for the right things to be done. And to see that I would be concluding my campaign with this stream, that the moment the aircraft has touched ground and when the passengers disembark, people, it is indeed a moment of joy. So we are waiting now for the cameras to get us feed from the aircraft. So people, we are going to be waiting. Thank you very much once more for joining me. I wouldn't say we are making history because history has been made before, but I'm only happy that after 2 years, the runway has been repaired. Now I'm becoming one of the best runway in the country, according to Ethiopian pilots. That's what I've been told, and it's gratifying actually to know that this has been done, and it is not a time of blame game saying those who were in power before, what did they do? I have done that at the point where we did, engage. There is cycles in life, and even in activism, even in doing whatever you are doing, there are times, in the words of Patrick Obiagbon, the prince from the Benin Kingdom, he always says, in the words of when you engage in Barakboism, which fella would say Orofo fight. So during the time of campaign, of course, in anger, we called everybody. I personally do, and I do not have any apologies for any of those things that were said, because they were said in having researched and seen facts where things were going wrong. These things were done by one's patriotism to the great Igbo nation, saying that it is a grave injustice that the only gateway to the great Igbo nation was being, taken away. So let's see. I think
Come and
we are
set
now
this your
getting a
tripod.
feed.
No understand.
Okay, so we are getting a feed now. This is the moment. Oh, this is emotional. So the moment the
Can the
plane
camera
lands,
person come out?
Okay,
so
let me
She
go
need to
inside.
snap.
Let me go inside. She'll come out.
Okay.
so
So
I
can
think
this cable
the
come
air,
out more?
they are
Go, go,
now
go, go,
Watch
go,
trying
it,
to
go.
watch
get
it.
into the
Give me the
tunnel.
mic.
So you can see that people, you see the aircraft is landing. The aircraft is there.
Capture it. Put the
Whoa,
mic.
finally. Somebody should get me tissue paper because this is so emotional that after 2 years of fighting, finally it is here. The Ethiopian Airline is here.
I get it.
Finally, after 2 years, the Ethiopian Airline is here.
Can
So
you hear me?
we can hear you loud
Can
and
you hear me and
clear.
see me?
We can see you and hear you loud and clear. So tell us.
Now you can see the aircraft just taxiing on the runway. This is indeed what we call history once more made in Enugu. Not just Enugu, this is history made. Now there's going to be a water salute, and this is usually done to welcome a new aircraft. Historic events, especially within the aviation industry, is usually seen as this. This is wonderful.
This is the moment we've been
Congratulations.
waiting for.
Yes. And I'm glad we are watching it and seeing everything the way it's coming.
Wow.
This
I'm
is it.
loving this.
Ethiopian Airlines operated flights just touched ground at Akanwibiam International Airport here in the city, beautiful and historic city of Enugu. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is indeed a milestone. Congratulations to Ndibo. Congratulations to Nigeria. Congratulations to Ethiopian Airlines. Congratulations to everybody that wishes us well. This is
So,
awesome.
Ambassador,
Congratulations.
Ambassador, you are part of witnessing history being made. Again,
This is indeed historic.
I'm glad you joined us back.
Wow.
Ambassador, this is the right moment we all been waiting for to see the aircraft back on ground.
Congratulations.
After 2 years.
Congratulations. Fantastic.
After 2 years. Mrs. Ambassador.
This is indeed after 2 years. 2 years. Not just 2 days, 2 years. And
After
again,
2 years and 2 months.
Ethiopian Airline is again commencing international flights to and from Akanwibiam International Airport in the historic city of Enugu.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Mazi, indeed, congratulations to you. And congratulations to me.
Congratulations, Mazi. Mazi, I'm very
and
happy
congratulations
to
to Ndibo.
And
congratulations.
we'll take our conversation out of this place and continue, because we had some very important headways we are making before we had to do the business of the day. But nevertheless, it's I'm very highly elated. Sorry, my internet was giving me.
Let's continue with seeing, because we are definitely going to see the passengers touch ground.
Okay, so thank you very much. While Uche, while you're on standby, I'll bring back Ambassador, because I think his internet was slightly cut off then while he was speaking. So, Ambassador, you were saying something.
Ambassador, I was basically saying that. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
Yes, I was basically apologizing for my inability to join. I think my network was giving me trouble, but nevertheless, I'm just basically saying that I'm very happy today. I tried to make the point earlier on when we were discussing that this is a big feat for us. It's not just the traffic, it's also in terms of business and commerce. Because if you understand what airline business is about, it's not just about the people traveling.
That's correct. That's correct. Ambassador, your internet again, you are frozen.
Yes, but can you hear me now?
Okay, you are back on. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yes,
you're so back I was on. Saying that it's not just about the traffic. It's not just about the traffic. It's about the convenience. It's about the business. It's about the fact that a lot of,
So, Ambassador, again, your internet is really, really not helping matters. But let's get back to.
It's crazy. Just continue what you're doing. If I'm able to get any, if my network gets better, I will continue. But congratulations to the people
Okay.
of Enugu. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So everyone here, this is again, you can see the aircraft on ground now. You can see the aircraft on ground. The aircraft has finally landed. We hope that the passengers will begin to come down now. So again, these are little things. Rome was not built in one day. Rome was not built in one day, people. The aircraft has landed. So what they are trying to um, obviously reposition now, we will be bringing you back the feed from the airport. The passengers will be coming down any moment from now. This is indeed very good news. Very good news for the great Igbo nation. So finally, people, the aero bridge is being fixed on the airport or on the aircraft, and passengers who flew in from all parts of the world will now start coming down from the aircraft. Again, this is indeed a good time. This is indeed something good happening to the great Igbo nation. We hope, and our work is not done. Our advocacy is still not yet complete. We will keep pushing that more airlines, that more companies, put their um, planes down to the east. We must make this case. In doing that, we must make the case that the southeast is a very secured place to do business and a very secured place for people to fly in. And that means that whatever that has to do with insecurity, we must all, when I say all, every one of us, join hands to ensure that that our region is secured, that people would not think twice to buy tickets to fly in directly to Enugu. And someone asked a question here, does it mean I can now fly directly to Enugu? Yes, of course, it means you can directly fly in when you do a connecting flight to Addis Ababa. So if you're coming in from Washington, D.C., if you're coming in from London, Heathrow, Manchester, if you're coming in from Frankfurt, it could be coming in from Kuala Lumpur, or it could be from Shanghai. You get into Addis Ababa, and all of you who have come in with from various places around the world, you would converge and use one plane to fly in directly to Enugu. It is a good sight to behold, I must say. It is indeed a good sight to behold that after 2 years of advocacy, that this is happening. So for me personally, it's been 27 months of campaigning, 27 months and digging, 27 months and looking into the facts, 27 months and making enemies for the benefit of the great Igbo nation. At last, it has all paid off that we can now say Ethiopian Airline is back. Now that the Ethiopian Airline is back, the job is still not yet done. When will the job be done for me? The job will be done when we see two, three more other airlines join for that route. Again, the job will be done for me when we see the new international terminal completed, when the new international terminal will be like Port Harcourt International, or will be like the new Abuja International Terminal. But before that, we are happy at least that again it becomes a choice if you want to go through Lagos. It becomes a choice if you want to go through Kanu. If it becomes a choice if you want to go through Abuja to anywhere across the globe. But you can decide to. Many of us who do fly frequently do not know why many of us are excited. Let me give us one example. One example that many of us don't know is this. It might be that you are coming in from America, from London, and you have two pieces of luggage. Each one of them is 23 kg. That means you have 46 kg. Now you fly in to use the local flight to come into the east. When you get to Abuja or when you get to Lagos or Kano, what it means is the local aircraft airline will tell you you only have 20 kg. People, it means you already lost 26 kg money that you will pay. It is very unlikely that you will come down. It is very unlikely that you will come down to the east the same day. That means you're going to look for a hotel, you're going to spend the money, you're going to use your taxi, you're going to do whatever you're going to do in order to stay safe. And that alone, probably you have lost $200 to $500, 150 to 350 euros or pounds, as the case may be. Before you know it, you eventually go. The last time I tried and I flew in through Abuja, you can imagine I had nothing to do in Delta, but a connecting flight. I came in with a BA, a connecting BA landed in Abuja before 6 a.m. My connecting flight to Asaba was supposed to leave 9:30. I was in Abuja till 3:30. People tell me how that works. So I have lost. It took me less than 6 hours to fly in from Heathrow to from Heathrow to Abuja, but it now took me from Abuja to Asaba over 10 hours. If that is not a clear case of insanity, tell me what that is. But here, all those crap nonsense is cut out for you. You know you're coming in with your luggage the way you check them in Washington, in London, in Manchester, in Frankfurt, in Paris, anywhere. You are going to come in the same way. So let's see if wheelchair is going to come along now, and we see people are already coming out. There are elderly people. Obviously, you can see the wheelchair. That means there are elderly people whom maybe for long has been held in London, in America, in Germany because they could not go through Lagos. These people were held up because of COVID, but now COVID is coming down slightly, and the aircraft or the airline has resumed, indeed, a thing of joy. And I say, congratulations, everyone. So, here, once this is done, many of you talking about seaport, again, the activism doesn't stop. It's something we'll begin to look into again, but once one is done, we'll begin to look into the second one. I had once argued there is no reason why we shouldn't dredge the second Niger bridge and get the wharf activated. There was a time, sometime last year or beginning of the year, we were told that Maersk was coming in with a barger into Onitsha. But till now, we do not know how far with that. The politicians and politics can always do you abracadabra. But what we always here to do is to keep our eye on the ball. We must fix our eye on the ball. They can try to distract us. No, keep eye on the ball. We're going to see whatever they are doing. So again, they are cutting cake. There is the Ethiopian Airline manager, and if my eyes, yes, I think is the lady there, the airport manager at the Akanibiam International Airport. There also they are trying to cut to ceremoniously cut a cake. That's all in order to celebrate. Yeah, hello, hello. Who is joining us? So we are still waiting for them to come in. So if you haven't subscribed to this platform, please kindly do click on the bell icon to subscribe. Again, Njenje Media TV, that's what we do best. We can only bring you only authentic and confirmed news. So many of you who were doubting that it was not going to happen, it is now a reality. Last week, the flight was cancelled because of the sit at home 1st October insecurity that was surrounding the sit at home. So now it was now moved 1 week and a day later. And here we are seeing that the airport is resuming services for international flight once more. The airport is resuming flights for resuming services for international flight. Again, people, these are little things, but it means a lot for many of us who are frequent and global travelers. You can see one of the passengers is come down on wheelchair. Oh, there. These are the passengers. They are coming down already. Bravo, bravo. You can see. Bravo. The passengers on wheelchair are coming down now. Others will join them. One thing I never understood in Nigeria, to be honest, is why people cluster everywhere. I'm looking at people there, many who probably do not have anything to do, everyone clustering around the airport and the aircraft. I'm thinking, what for? You know, it's the only place you see. And again, it's only also in Nigeria you alight an aircraft and they check your tag and they tear away your tag. It's never happened to me anywhere else in the world except Nigeria. The reason why we do that, you can guess as much as I can do as well. Okay. And many of you who are watching, join me later today. Maz is okay here, 7 o'clock today. I will be interviewing some. I will be interviewing the gubernatorial candidate of the YPP in Anambra State today, asking him questions on what they can do on pertinent issues. The questions that I would ask will not be made public. So join me to hear the questions and hear the answers he will be given. And for those of you who may wish to fly out from Enugu and those who may wish to fly in from Enugu, you can see at the lower third at the bottom there, Safety Molecular Pathology Laboratory. You can do your COVID test there. You know, you can see them on that bottom there. Do your COVID test. They are the cheapest. Now, even when they are the cheapest in the country, if you quote Ginger Media, they will give you 10% extra discount. You stick that 10% in your pocket. And, you know, I've used them multiple times. Obviously, when you do, you kind of, when you use them, you find out that the test comes out in less than 24 hours. Speed, speed. So that's it, people. We will be still be waiting because I still want us to speak to the manager at the airport and the Ethiopian Airline manager before we call it a day. So you can see that the aircraft is landed. People are now coming down. Let's wait for them to reset. Then we will bring you these landmark interviews. The airline manager and the airport manager will be speaking to us in a short moment. Stay tuned. Once more, this is Ninja Media TV. Thank you very much. Now, after this flight now, it means on a weekly basis, planes will begin to land. If you look at the top there, you will see Safety Molecular Pathology Lab, where you can do your COVID test. At the bottom as well, you can see where their address is. They are in Enugu, Owerri, in Abakaliki, and in Onitsha. So if you want to do your COVID test, you no longer, how times and things change. There was a time you can only do this in Lagos or in Abuja, but now you can do it in Limca Road in Onitsha and other places as well. So let's get back to the airports now. Passengers are still coming down. But passengers are still coming down. Okay, so there is still some technical issues with the stream. Where is Delta Airline? Of course, Delta Airline is in America. So where is Delta Airline? Um, I think many of you are saying, why didn't they use bus to convey people? You mustn't use, actually, what we should be asking is, if this was to be um, if this was to be an international standard airport, then we should be talking about Aerobridge. But in this case, it is an old terminal without an Aerobridge. The new terminal has an Aerobridge. That bridge that people come out of the aircraft and they get into the terminal. Now, the only reason people walked on the tarmac is the distance between where the aircraft is parked and to the terminal is very short. That's why there was no need getting buses to move people. But if the distance was slightly longer, obviously that would be the case that they would have provided such. So we are still waiting. I'm still waiting for the last part of the feed and last part of the interviews before we call it a day. So Delta Airline, so let's see if Delta would, fly into Enugu. Honestly, many of us don't mind. If Delta can fly into Enugu from Atlanta or anywhere, even if it's once or twice a week, we would appreciate that, obviously. And if they want to stop over in Lagos, Kaduna, anywhere, Togo, Ghana, who cares? As long as you're not coming down from the flight, they stop over. Lufthansa does it, Air France does it, and they continue. So in that case, it is something to still work on. Again, many airlines are being approached. And again, why we are saying this, we are not also forgetting our own local indigenous um, flag bearer, if I may use that coinage. That is in the person of Ale Nonyema, that is the Airpeace company. So we hope that Airpeace will start their international routes now to Northern America and Europe. Obviously, they do go to South Africa and they go to other countries of the world. So we are still waiting for the feed to come back in. We are still waiting for the feed to come back in. Then we can call it a day. It's been an amazing and an emotional time. I know that many of you um, are saying, why are we celebrating International Airport? Again, I begrudge no one, but if you have suffered, as many of us have suffered, to get out of here through an internet, having to travel to Lagos or Abuja in order to get to your destination, you would understand the reason why we are demanding and why we are happy that this finally has come and it is now a reality. Having said that, people, having said that, hold on, hold on. So everyone, we are working to bring you the feedback. Sorry about that. So many of you talking about Delta. Obviously, yes, myself, I would want Delta to come in again, but business is pure business. Business is not done out of emotion. People look at where they can make profit, where their assets and investment are secured. So it behoves on us as Ndibo, it behoves on us as Southeast people to ensure that the region is in returns to where it was before, being adjudged the most peaceful region in Nigeria, the most peaceful region. Anambra State for 7 years running was adjudged the most peaceful state. So sadly, as of today, we cannot um, boast of that anymore because we don't know if it's as a result of election. Suddenly, there are people, um, both known and unknown, running amok everywhere. You know, hopefully that things return, and if things, obviously things has to improve because many people who are watching me now from the diaspora wanting to buy their tickets to see if they can join their kitten kings and celebrate the usual mass return during the Christmas. I believe that many of you are now being a little bit apprehensive. If it's worth it, if it's a good thing to do at this point, but hey, we keep doing the best we can. Like I said before, without sounding like a broken record, it's been 2 years, actually 27 good months, 2 years and 3 months of advocacy, you know which a promise I made. I said, even if I'm not there, that we have to make sure that we come back to these airports. you know so here we are, and obviously Njinji Media is here now bringing you this. In my own part, I am fulfilling a promise I made to bring us live stream, live feed, either I'm there or that I'm not, you know, to bring you these information live and direct. So we are still waiting for the live feed to come in. The live feed is not yet here. The moment that happens, we will then. There is no audio connected to the feed, please. If you can hear me, Uche, there is no audio connected to the feed. Please, can you have that sorted out, please? Okay, now we can see you now. Go ahead. Uche, we can see you now. We know the passengers have all disembarked. Your microphone is not working. Okay, we can hear you now. We can hear you now. We can hear you now. Uche, we can hear you now. Can you tell us what's happening?
All right. Thank you very much, Mazi. Just a couple of minutes ago, there was a brief ceremony welcoming the aircraft to Enugu. There was a cake cutting ceremony where the pilots and the crew, or the two pilots, that's the pilot and the co-pilot, and the crew, they came down and joined officials on ground to cut the cake, marking the celebration of their re- flight resumption of Ethiopian Airlines back to and from Akano Ibiam International Airport. It was quite a brief but very unique ceremony that had the airport manager and other heads of agencies at the airport join the pilot and the co-pilot and including the traffic and sales manager of Ethiopian Airlines here in Enugu, city of Enugu. We also have a group, that's the Nigerian Exports Promotion Council. They sent in a group of persons to represent them, and as well a lot of importers and even cargo agents also joined in the cake cutting ceremony. Sorry, we apologize for us not having a live feed to that effect. But we can assure you that everything went on smoothly. And as you can see, passengers have disembarked from the aircraft, and then they're taking time to clean up the aircraft before the people departing will be able to board. That's much we can tell you for now. Thank you, Mazi.
So thank you very much. Are we still able to speak to the airport manager, please? Can you hear me? Are we still able to speak to the airport manager?
Come again.
Are we still able to speak to the airport manager?
Yes, actually, I spoke with the airport manager earlier on. She's engaged, trying to ensure that things are working properly, knowing fully well that this is actually the first time we are having an international airport in the last.
Okay, so we would be
Who
going.
is running around trying to make sure things are done properly. Everybody seems to be very busy at this point in time, but I can assure you that um,
Go ahead. I can hear. We can
yes,
hear you.
I just did tell you.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Can you
We
hear
can
me?
hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Mr. Moderator, are
Can you
you
hear me,
still
please?
there?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you loud and clear. So, welcome back, Namdudo. Can you hear
Thank
me?
you so much. Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. So, what's your impression now that obviously we have the first flights come back to Enugu after a period of over 2 years now?
Well, for me, this is quite exciting. I remember many years ago, the first time this aeroplane landed was quite emotional. And the declaration was, there come the end of civil war in the East. For the first time, the first accredited international flight landed in Enugu Airport. And it became a Southeast gate for economic development. However, with the interruption that had come and with the flight coming in today, I am very sure and fully persuaded that businessmen and tourists and government officials alike will enjoy the pleasure of coming to Enugu and taking their flights, bearing in mind the issues with our roads, etc., in going to Lagos. So for me, it's exciting. It's a laudable one. An Ethiopian airline must do all in its business strategy to keep this stream of business out of the Southeast. And all the agencies of government must make it a great point of service delivery. Must that it should be go ye. In other words, let us make people want to come to Enugu Airport. Immigration friendly service, custom friendly service. That does not mean work is compromised, but let people be made to know there is service delivery. There is the best available at Enugu Airport. For me, I thank Ethiopian Airline, and for NCA and the industry key stakeholders we must support this and encourage it. Thank you so much, moderator.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Now, obviously you are an airspace expert, obviously. Someone who have been within this industry as an airspace expert and aviation professional, and you were the former managing director of Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA. Now, are you from your experience and what you know about Enugu, are you satisfied with all the equipment that are, or rather were installed at that airport to, when in case if there is any disaster, that you think your colleagues, your staffs, that they are and they will be up to task as regards to that airport?
First and foremost, the equipment are not installed for disaster. No, the equipment are installed for safety and seamless operation. In event of disaster, airspace deploys what we call search and rescue, which NAMA initiates, and it activates the Air Force, Army, and all other arm of search and rescue. In any case, Enugu Airport has full complement of modern airspace technology, ILS, radar they observed from both Port Harcourt and Abuja, so that Enugu Airport is under the surveillance of Port Harcourt and Abuja. So Enugu has efficient airspace operation by our air traffic controllers. As soon as the aeroplane enters our airspace, it is seamlessly managed by Kano, Abuja, and finally transferred to Port Harcourt for Enugu tower operation and a safe landing. It's an amazing one, and I'm excited. I know those who are in the system today, and their licenses are at stake.
Yes, I am.
So,
okay,
very excellent.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. It's kind of reassuring to note that these, as you rightly pointed out, there is not for disaster but for safety, obviously, and we hope that there would never be a time where the activities of disaster search rescue will never be used, that everything runs smoothly as it should be. Okay, that everything runs smoothly as should be. It's been a pleasure having you here.
Yeah.
And honestly, when we talk about the ILS, now, is there anything, the installation you are aware that was done on the ILS system that was done in Enugu, is there anything different from the ones you have elsewhere in other parts of Nigeria?
The instrument landing system, which is called ILS, is a component of a glide slope and a localizer, which gives the aircraft an approach angle part of 3 degrees to the touchdown point. Now, it's a modern one. It's newly installed, calibrated. So it ranks among the newest in the country with the one in Lagos, and I think Abuja as well. The most important thing is the maintenance culture that the maintenance engineers, the air traffic safety electronics engineers need to deploy to keep the facilities ongoing, and for a regular 6-monthly calibration and ground checks. We shouldn't have any problem. The omnidirectional radio, high frequency radio installed there, the VR, is equally available for both en route and terminal approach to the airport. Enugu is blessed with the recent efforts to modernize air navigation and airspace facilities at the airport. Enugu is really blessed.
Thank you very much for that information, obviously, as exciting as it is. And, 2 years down the line, we are back here celebrating that the plane is touching back again. Now, let's move to people on ground. Uche, are you ready for us? Uche, are you here?
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
Okay, actually here. I hope you can see us.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Just in continuation to this historic event happening here in the city of Enugu today. I have with me the head of a handling company attached to Ethiopian Airlines. That's NACO. I will have him introduce himself and then tell us exactly how he feels about what is happening today. Sir, your name.
Thank you very much. My name is Gabriel Akiwolo. I'm the station manager of NACO Aviation Enugu station. How I feel about what is happening here today, I feel so excited because for 2 years plus, Ethiopian Airlines has stopped coming to Enugu, and by implication, our operations too has experienced a kind of a downturn. Some staff are out of work. The airport is dull. Agents who usually patronize our warehouse, they were out of job. And since the airport reopened in September last year for some skeletal operations, they've been on me, asking me, when are we going to see Ethiopian Airlines again? When will the flight come? When will our cargo come? When will our people be able to come through Enugu? No, they're coming home and they will go through Lagos, go through Abuja, and then before coming to Enugu, when will they come straight direct, to home, or via the airplane that will come directly home? Let me use that word. And now all that is history because today is an airport event that we're witnessing. Ethiopian Airlines is back in Enugu, and from all that we've seen, all the indication, they are back for good, they are back to stay. And as we've started, I know it can only get better because everyone is excited. I've heard calls from friends, from people, even those who are outside the country who wants to book their flights. Some will be during the UTI, people coming to coming back home during the Christmas season. They'll be coming. So many of them are already asking, is it real? Is Ethiopia Airline coming? We told them yes. And now with this landing today, I know all of them will start doing their bookings to come via Ethiopia Airlines and travel anywhere in the world. Ethiopia Airline, like we know, is a premium airline that has a network maybe in over 100 countries. And with that capacity, we know we are in for something good in Enugu. So we're really excited. Everybody's excited. The airport environment is excited. The people in town who don't even understand what we're talking about, they're excited that international flight is flying again into Enugu. So I really want to appreciate the management of Ethiopia Airlines and everyone who has worked to ensure that this happened, the airport authority, even our own management, NACO Aviance. Kudos to all of you, and thank you all. I appreciate everyone, and I also want to thank God because as I came here last year, everywhere seemed so dry, so skeletal. I started praying. I'm a deeply spiritual man. I started praying. I said, no, as I'm here, things must start shifting, start happening for good. And my prayers are being answered. So, and that is what we're seeing here today.
And that can actually be attributed to be miracle on your own part.
Yes, it's a miracle because I see that my life is a life of miracle because when I was coming to Enugu, that is my conviction. I met my pastor and I told him I'm coming to Enugu, and he prayed. He said, "You'll be favored. Everything you desire will come to pass." And ever since I stepped in here, it's been favored. Since I said everything will work for me, and things are working for me. And like I usually say, it can only get better. We can only go from this level to a higher and greater level. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. It's been nice talking with you. But then look at it from this angle. How prepared are you? Because obviously we know that this part of Nigeria is known to be. They are known to have a high number of importers and a great number of importation coming to this side. So how prepared is NACO to ensure that there's this seamless flow of service that will ensure that their goods are cleared on time, and then that they also have to do that at a very minimal rate?
Okay, we have our visions, we have our slogans, service beyond expectation. We aspire, and we're already leading in our markets in Nigeria, and we hope to do that in Africa and in the world. We are prepared. About 4 months ago, my chief executive director business development and commercial was here. We had a stakeholders meeting with the customs, with everybody in the cargo, in the shippers, government agencies, and my CBD on getting back, they organized, engagement with Ethiopian Airlines and with everyone, and with the assurances of the government agency, and we have started building capacity because before we started today, we built our capacity, human capital, equipment, for the services that we're known for. The quality of service that we're known for, we've built and we're still building. We are ready
All right.
because we have engaged the shippers. They know our abilities, and they know what we've been offering before, and we're going to even do much more better because our management, in fact, there's a kind of re-engineering in our operations. We were doing well, but now we're going to do much more better. Our operations are going digital. We're employing modern technology to ensure that things are done properly and faster. Go agent claim their goods faster. That will not be a challenge because we already have this capacity building that we're doing. So, like I said, we're ready, and it can only get better.
All right, thank you very much. It's been nice talking with you.
You're welcome.
And we hope to have you again, maybe in future, to come talk to us about how the operation has been. But today, I guess, has actually tested how prepared you are.
Okay.
So maybe after now, we'll be able to find out if you are able to deliver or not. But thank you very much. It was nice talking with you.
You're welcome.
And we are glad having you.
Sure, we're going to deliver, and we're expecting where we'll start having cargo freighters coming into Enugu every day, every other day.
So do we have was there cargo, or do we have cargo coming in today?
Yes, we have in some. Just
okay.
For a start.
Okay.
And it can only get out.
So what are you going to say to that person out there who probably would have channeled his cargo, maybe from this part of the country, channeled his cargo through Lagos or where?
Okay. We had a business launch before we came in here, and my executive director, commercial and business development, was addressing how now what the agents were like, their concerns were like, oh, it's more expensive to come through Enugu.
Yeah, sure.
Rather they go through other airports. But now that has been taken care of because from the Ethiopian Airlines, we know have now made the playing field level.
Okay.
For everyone. So whether you're going to Lagos,
what you are saying is that for someone to bring in goods from Lagos or bringing it to
Enugu direct or to Kano is the same thing. So there's no need, because if you go to Lagos, if you go to Abuja, if you go to Kano, you'll be spending more. It's the same thing. So whether you come to Lagos, whether you come to Enugu, is the same rate. And going through Lagos will just be, incurring more costs.
Yeah.
And for those who are bringing in things because for business sake, you know what it means when your cost is high.
Of course.
Definitely the price of your items or your goods will go up, and then when your prospective clients now see the disparity, because you won't have to
takes advantage of it.
Yeah, you have to recoup your whatever thing you have invested,
your profit.
And if your price is higher than others in the market, definitely you are at a disadvantage. So the best bet is for you to bring in your goods through Enugu. The playing field is level. It is just the same everywhere. Come in, we're sure that you're going to get good and premium services from Ethiopian Airlines and from NACO Avions. We're here.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's nice having you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. We are still continuing with the live streaming of what has gone down as, again, history being made here in Enugu after 2 years of operation of not flying to Enugu. Ethiopian Airlines operated Boeing 787. You can see it. A Dreamliner touched the tarmac at exactly 5 minutes to 2 Nigerian time. It is still Njenje Media bringing it live to you in collaboration with iTourAfrica. But of course, one thing we are going to take away from the station manager of NACO telling us, he is saying that the same amount that you would have brought your goods from your destination to Lagos, is the same thing that you're going to have in Enugu. So why incur more cost having to bring your goods, maybe having landed at Lagos, and then you have to incur more cost bringing it down to Enugu. Now, you have everything worked out for you. So now you can bring in your goods, just like we are entering into the season. This is the best time for you to bring in your goods and then reduce the cost that you bear having to bring it from Lagos. Enugu is now the destination, and you have the option to come straight down to Enugu. Thank you very much, Mazi. Back to
Thank
you in the
you.
studio.
Thank you very much, Uche. And obviously, behind you, I can see that the passengers leaving from Enugu to Ethiopia are already
Yes,
leaving.
sorry, I I would have said that before. While we were interviewing the NACO station manager, of course, the passengers started boarding, and they have boarded as we speak. And they've now completed the refueling of the aircraft. And by now, any moment from now, the flights will be set to leave en route Addis Ababa.
Okay, I think, do we have to wait for the flights to leave before, if we do not have any more interviews to grant, probably we can,
Okay,
because,
I think at some point I can see the customs, the man in charge of customs here. Let me see if we can talk to him. Maybe you can still engage other persons in the studio while I get his attention.
okay, so let's wait your feed then. Thank you very much. So, people, you can see now that we are talking there, actually, they've gone in, passengers were boarding, and I think they've finished boarding now. That plane will be going back to Addis Ababa. That plane will be going back to Addis Ababa. Blessing Chukwu said on YouTube, I fly Ethiopian Airlines 4 times a year from US to Nigeria. My preferred airport is Enugu, followed by Abuja. My December 2019 flight scheduled to land in Enugu was diverted to Port Harcourt. That's correct. I am very glad. I am very excited and glad. So, blessing Chuku, you are not alone in that. Many people, especially our siblings, our brothers, and our kitten kings in the diaspora, are all happy. Again, for many of you, as you can see, for many of you who may wish to book flights, hotel locally, you can see also the number to call there. Uh, you know, the Trumpel Travels. You can reach them and they would organize that for you. So, people, I think it will be a very fine place to live it because at the end of the day, we have seen that the aircraft has landed and the aircraft is about taking off from um, Enugu back to Addis Ababa. Again, here, this is a promise made by Injanja Media, and this is a promise fulfilled by Injanja Media. Remember, at the beginning of this campaign in 2019, July, I, on this platform, made a promise to us all that when this airport is completed, that if I am not physically present there, I am going to ensure and make sure. Now I'm using the first person singular. I said that was going to happen. And I thank God and I thank the Creator for the enablement now that that promise to us, to all the subscribers, to all those who are with Ninja Media, that we have fulfilled that promise. Enugu State, Enugu International, Akanibiam International Airport, Enugu is now back on stream. People, thank you very much once more for being part of this stream. Join me 7 o'clock this evening as I will be having an interview with the governorship candidate of YPP this evening. Once more, I am Mazi Ezoke. Thank you for being part of this. Once more, good day, everyone. Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be watching me from.